Let's take a look at the stats so far of Lucid and Penguin.
Look at these numbers here from Penguin, 22.3 kills per game from Penguin with a great KD as well. The man is ready to play. What a weekend it's been for Penguin.
What a weekend it's been for Penguin, and what a game time this is for him as well. We've looked at the statistics across the year for Penguin. Objectively, he is the man who is running that flag home for Cloud9. We're live, everybody, Orlando! It's time for us to crown a champion. C9, let's start off by watching some Penguin.
What a story for both these teams so far this weekend. OpTic for the first time coming in through the winner's bracket. Cloud9 ready to upset that Cinderella story yet again.
Well, early on here, a little bit of a gunfight going down on the bonfire, but it seems like OpTic got the better at this start. Cloud9 lost a few players in the early scuffle, which means that APG, who has had a permanent smile on his face, not only because of results, but also because of the backing of the crowd, is now going to be moving in this space with that camo in his hands too.
It's a nice drop side run as well. APG gets it past the halfway mark right away. One dead for each side.
Dead for each side, but these kills vital, and they go in the favor of Cloud9. So Trippy now last player alive for OpTic. This will be a dead flag. OpTic can go lose map control as well, so C9 now making that push through the closet.
Early indication there from OpTic though, right? They are here to be the aggressors. They want to force the action. They want to get the flag pulled, but it's back-to-back advantages here for Cloud9.
You are going to see these games just being decided by tiny, small moments, whether it's a 1v1 fight, whether it's a back smack, or whether it's Lucid busting OpTic out of their base and pushing them forward with a triple kill.
Wow, just nades into the connector from Lucid, gets the call out, just cleans up the kills. That'll be 4 dead with 3 players responding right now.
Trippy and APG pick up a couple as well. The first time we're going to see OpTic inside of that base with an element of control as well. Lucid picks up the kill. That's 3 dead for Cloud9. Penguin's last alive here, and that Dynamo nade is going to be frying those 2 players off respawn.
Tick, tick, tick goes the Dynamo. The flag runs a little late though. It's just a second late. Lucid will continue.
2 dead here. OpTic cannot get that flag moving the way they wanted to, and a couple of clutch kills and clutch grenades coming in from Cloud9 somehow off of that respawn means they can refight for this flag. However, the defensive work not done yet. You can see respawns are coming in for OpTic, so Eco's got a huge amount of work to do, and he does it superbly well.
They take an extra second there to run that flag. It cost them in the end. You saw Camo was up top middle with 3 dead for Cloud9. That will be a formal grab for OpTic Gaming.
Formal trying to be sneaky, trying to be as silent as possible, moving through the back of this base. That's a kind of a grenade which might actually kind of hinder him momentarily, but instead he's going to take this 1v1 with Bound. Bound being a nuisance. There's the help coming in. Bound still being a nuisance. Finally going to get taken down. The help is arriving now for Formal as he picks up 1. That's a killing spree for him, but he's last player alive here, but still going to try and force this flag. Stella being such a nuisance on the bonfire.
Oh my gosh, I'll leave it to Formal there to almost get the flag run going. He will get taken down. But here, with about 3 minutes play into the game, let's get into a listen-in with OpTic Gaming.
Brad is already in the fridge. Going jet. Fire weak on Brad.
Top car weak Stellar. Half health. Top car thing. Top car high. How weak either way go.
In the fridge. You want to. Their high hull's gonna be weak. That's somewhere. That's last guy.
Out, watch out.
Nice. Let him know. They're fridge.
Just live absolute on the commando. They're gen. Trap gen.
Just keep going.
Go fridge.
They're gonna be dead.
Up 3, closet, 2 up 3.
Guys.
It's just you, Brad.
2 on me, weak also.
Yeah, we're split, guys. We're split.
I'm gonna go with map.
Front base, very weak.
Base. They're break.
Absolute eco.
I'd have to throw.
And our flag.
You're dead, guys.
Our shroom.
Absolute going flank.
That's 3.
Let's go, who's our flag?
I'll stay like that.
Very weak our gen. That was full.
Pick one, Stellar.
Just gonna go. There's not big.
Stellar. You guys pick one weak.
Look at this. You guys are weak. Nice job. 2 dead.
Watch the elite, Brad. He won.
Watch out, Penguin. Penguin.
Should be good. There's something else. Nice, man.
Nice. Me too. Slayer.
Very weak. Yeah, it's coming down.
One shot P2.
We still have control though. Who's game?
I'll go for it.
Stellar on you. Stellar on you.
Got back into the game from that Astro listening. It's OpTic who take the lead. The first flag in our grand final goes to the green wall.
Really starting to pop off as well. They've had a man advantage several times back to back, and it pays off with a flag cap. One player that you and I have been talking about as Lucid deals the damage into the back of the base. That's Formal. He's been on fire this weekend, but I think there's even more room for him to pop off. He's 11-4.
He's 11-4, and all of Cloud9 are currently in the black screen. They are all dead. They're all coming off respawn, and with Lucid with camouflage set up, top pink, and the flag moving. It was 1-0 just a few seconds ago, but a few steps away. It's going to be 2. They double their lead here. OpTic Gaming, as Formal, the man you were talking about, puts the objective home.
Picks up another one comfortably and brings that flag in. Will avoid these grenades as well, and it looks like it's a different OpTic Gaming here, coming from the winner's bracket in the grand finals. They're here to play and looking better than ever.
Scary thing here for Cloud9 is whenever you're watching a POV, whoever it is at the moment, it always seems to be in the Cloud9 half of the map on Aquarius. They're struggling to get out of their base. They're being pinned in by the pressure and the angles that are being taken by OpTic Gaming. For now, they've got at least a little bit of map presence. You can see that Lucid is just making sure he's putting up the defensive perimeter.
We talked about Lucid's interview after the most recent tournament, what they needed to work on. It was these little moments, these little adjustments. And so far this weekend, it has paid off and indicated that each of the situations they've worked on, he's dialed in and they are ready to play. Still leading by 2 flags here, 6 minutes and 25 seconds left on the clock.
20 seconds till that next camouflage is coming up as well. That's why he's seeing Lucid go top middle, but not overextend too much. His job is just to try and lock down this position, lay down a little bit of cover fire as Cloud9 are finally inside of the OpTic Gaming base. Stella's going to try and run this one through the closet. Gets just about there, but look at the damage that's being done by Lucid. He gets a killing spree, and through all of that takes one to the grave.
Look at that play as one of the last 2 players alive. Are you kidding me? You do all that damage to a player bottom middle, you stop the flag run, and then you finish the kill as well, and you keep going. Look at Lucid right now.
Lucid's doing everything on the map. He is shooting everyone. They get the flag return as well, and he gets the camo. We say perfect Halo sometimes. The last 30 seconds from Lucid been pretty much that.
There is no player that has made sequences like that more and more often than Lucid. That was once again a clinic in how to run the map, especially from a man disadvantage.
Cloud9 at the moment are getting outslayed pretty heavily. You're looking across the stats from OpTic, and every single member at the moment is in the positive ratio, and you're looking at APG, huge amount of assists, and you look at the assists in general from OpTic Gaming, everybody is shooting for each other at the moment.
And how about Trippy? Does this man want an event winner? What? He's 16-9 in game number 1.
16-9 for the man who's been searching for excellence. Formal with some nice shots once again, and you can kind of take your pick from OpTic Gaming of who's been playing well so far this tournament. I mean, the stats, as you say, back it up. But once again, it's Cloud9 here who are having to do work on their side of the map. OpTic continually pressurizing as Penguin finally works with Bound to clear out Lucid and Trippy, and Cloud9 might be able to get up to that 50-yard line.
APG was last alive. He actually will be taken down. Formal is your first spawner here in the utility, but doing very well to guard the connection.
C9 finally trying to flood forward. OpTic now inside of their base. Can they take advantage of the situation? No, APG shuts the door on Bound.
Trippy last player alive for just a second as well. That 2 flag cushion going to come in handy here. Trippy now takes the heat wave out to the Dynamo side of the map, and he'll grab those as a reward.
One player who's having a little bit of a rough start to this series is someone who's looked pretty impressive in the last series. That's Stella. Currently sat 9-17, maybe just struggling to find a little bit of rhythm. Maybe he's just running into players like Trippy. It's a 1v1 at the moment, which Stella will come out on top of. The heatwave not going to be quite the weapon needed in that situation to try and bend some bullets around walls, but Stella now moving forward. C9 on the offensive once more. Lucid taken down. Stella now being a little bit of a nuisance on those straight stairs, but look how quickly OpTic Gaming just collapse on those kills. C9 once again find themselves 3 dead. Eco, he's the last player alive, and he might go down soon as well.
Last player alive, and he was a spawner, so that's another rotation yet again. This is a continuation. How often have we talked about how OpTic is so precise on the timing in between their kills? They're doing it again here in game number 1. 3:30 left in the game.
Trying to chase down a couple of kills bottom middle. Eco's going to be there. APG with the help as well. 2 down on either side at the moment. And keep in mind, the game clock is starting to become somewhat of a factor here as well as we approach 3 minutes left in this game. Now keep in mind as well, even though Cloud9 have been on the back foot for the majority of this game, on Aquarius we have seen the opportunities to double cap even within 30 seconds. So that clock, even though it's dwindling down, do not count Cloud9 out this situation, especially as we saw what happened in that previous series on Catalyst.
That's right, never count them out here. Still 3 minutes to play and only 2 flags needed to send this game into overtime, but plays like that from Formal are going to make things difficult. Another thing that you and I were talking about here, nice job double for Stellar. They'll be taken down though by Formal yet again. The man has started the base. Eco will still start the run.
Eco putting a lot of trust in Bound here. You can see trying to force that one out of the front of the base. Bound was sat up top mid, trying to give him that cover fire. And now you have Bound doing what he does best. That is causing problems for the opposition. He's on the flank, but they've got to pick up a couple more kills here. Trippy will be in position to at least slow this run down, but with 2 players still in the death screen, Stellar's going to go for that touch, and he's going to keep that flag alive.
Big kill for Trippy. Trippy knew that down was the biggest threat for a flag grab. Trippy isolates that kill, and he gets it. Now it's 2 dead for Cloud9 as a result.
APG on that return. APG not quite able to send it home. Lucid, you've got some work to do here. Bound's going to try and challenge, as he's going to decide instead of the flag to pick up that camo. C9 decides the flag is the play, and that is the power up now in the hands of OpTic, but there is Stellar to take down Lucid top middle, and that flag has been sent home. So C9, through all the hard work, cannot get that flag back to base.
2 dead. Will they take down Formal as well on the back? Trippy and Lucid now pushing across pink.
Eco's got this one back to his courtyard. Bound and Penguin in the kill feed as well. OpTic are just going to have to watch this flag go in from the death screen as 1 minute 30 strikes. So to Cloud9. I mentioned the double cap. Penguin's thinking about it.
What do we say here? Watch the kills on the board. This will determine if the C9 run continues. 2 dead. OpTic answers back. It slows down what could have been a second run there.
Lucid's getting fried at the moment by those dynamo grenades. Trippy's going to have to try and rotate back in through the pink side of his base to clear it out and make sure that no one from Cloud9 is in position to get another flag pull. Formal going to clear a little bit of room for him though. Stellar trying to scupper away and manages to just about do so. But Formal's chasing him down, and now Cloud9 with 3 players down are inside of the last minute of this game. Cloud9 need to win this next team fight if they want to go forward. If OpTic win it, they might win the game.
That was your last player alive. He goes down as well. Now Eco goes down 3 dead again. Stellar last player alive. Cloud9 is in the blender.
OpTic just going to hold on for a few moments here. Stellar trying to escape. Trippy saying, come here, boy. It's time for you to have a little sleep as well. Eco and Penguin, they've just come off respawn. APG running this flag home, and don't worry about a 2-1 win here, OpTic fans, because APG might be about to make it 3. OpTic got on 3-1 with 20 seconds left.
What a time to do it. That is the dagger, and it's 3 dead as well. APG going to wait for this thrust here to close out the last 15 seconds of play.
15 seconds to go here. Cloud9, even with the ability they have, you don't see this happening. Stellar knows it. He's focusing on game number 2 for OpTic Gaming. It's the perfect start to a grand final. They go up 1-0 over Cloud9.
You heard the desk talk about just how big game number 1 would be. Oh boy, here's the green wall. Woo! They'll take game number 1 in a dominant fashion. 3-1 on the scoreboard. Business as usual for OpTic Gaming.
Strange that we see that in front of the main stage. The only time we normally see that, Gold Boy did that earlier in the back in the green room.
Which we know is hard to believe, but you'll have to take our word for it.
Let's take a look at the stats then. Formal at the top of the kills leaderboard. Matthew Piper, 29, 15, and 13. And I just want to take a little second to talk about Formal, because we were discussing if there was anyone who maybe felt themselves had a point to prove after the performance in KC for OpTic. Formal was that man. The words coming from him himself in that interview post-event. He looks like he's a man on a mission here.
He really does. Take a look at the damage as well. Wow. 7,400 there for Formal. Also 7,000 club for Trippy. These guys were laying down some serious fire. As you were saying, if you caught that episode of The Process from OpTic Gaming, you saw just how heartbreaking that loss was in Kansas City, and they didn't like how it happened. They have a chance to rewrite history here at HCS Orlando, and here's some highlights from that game number 1.
Little triple kill coming in from Lucid just to clear out the base was always going to put him on the right track, in the right mind to take the fight to Cloud9. That first cap that went in was Trippy stepping up. The second one was Formal, and the final one was APG. If you needed an indication of how the team is working so well together when you've got 3 different players capping 3 different flags, OpTic are rolling.
That sequence from Lucid might really sum it up. Does damage on one player, stops the flag run, kills the second player, then goes and gets camo, and continues to run the map. OpTic Gaming creating so much space for themselves, and it felt like they truly had 1 to 2 dead on Cloud9 the entire game. It was really great map management from the side of OpTic Gaming.
We've learned anything though, there is still a long, long way to go. Of course, this is a best of 7, moving over from the best of 5s that we've had so far in the tournament. So Cloud9 will know that, and they'll know with one win here on Live Fire Slayer, the series will be tied up on 1-1. Plus, I think OpTic will know this as well. They've been watching the series today, right? They've seen some game 5s, reverse sweeps, 50-49s in those Slayers. They'll be as focused as anyone, but this is the next battleground here, Live Fire Slayer. Question is, are we going to have a tied series, or OpTic going to take one more step forward?
And let's not forget, there was a moment there where Cloud9 could have back-to-back capped, right? But OpTic Gaming, they step up in that situation. Here's a Slayer comparison for Trippy and Penguin. So
again, the OpTic crowd, by the way, is so loud. I've got my headphones turned up to 1 billion, which is a technical term, and I can still hear them at the moment. They are just screaming in here. Don't worry about what you're seeing on the
too many players on the left side of the screen.
Don't worry about it. I mean, potential transfer, start a vicious rumor that Bound's going to transfer to OpTic because of that lobby. Let's not do that. But I mean, what an opportunity this is to talk about Trippy. We saw the stats, right? Because it feels like we're taking. You could just pick a player from this tournament, anyone on OpTic, and you can say, okay, they did this big play, they've done that big play. Trippy with the shock rifle, we saw him earlier hitting everything, and it's difficult to stop any player on OpTic at the moment. It's kind of the continuation of what we saw in the NA Super, right? It was the first time that we watched them when we were like, this is different, because they're not just winning, they are beating people, and they are beating them with teamwork, with precision, and by considerable margins as well.
And as we said, their season truly has led up to this point. I mean, think back to Kansas City. The story was they're winning online. Can they win on LAN? They fell short there, and you saw just how much it meant to the team. You heard the words from Formal saying that he was checked out after that game against Sentinels. Instead, they now find themselves in such a different position here with a 1-0 lead in the grand finals and only 3 games away from a championship.
And trust me, people who are watching in the arena, people who are watching at home, all these things we're talking about, OpTic players that are on that stage, they know it better than anyone.
Oh, do they ever.
So if C9 come out firing in this map number 2 and tie up the series, all those thoughts will start to come back in. We're live here in game number 2. Trippy, the POV we're watching, he's going straight for that sniper.
See what OpTic can do off the opening. Trippy maybe gets away with the sniper he does, and the assist. It's nice work to escape with a power weapon and a 3-1 lead.
Yeah, what an opening strategy that is from OpTic Gaming. Like you say, a 3-1 trade, make it 4-1, plus the S7, everything you would have wanted. Almost the perfect opening strategy.
Trippy's gonna go window here, look for those garage routes. Playing really sneaky here, not getting too aggressive, wants to just tuck in the corner and deal some damage, but he will see 2 teammates fall.
Unfortunately for Trippy, didn't quite find the back of the head with that shot. It was the left cheek that he found from Eco, as OpTic do lose a couple of players here. Forward's going to collect that sniper rifle. Bound is going to keep him under pressure. The remote detonation not good enough to take him down, but the help from APG will. Now we see ourselves at just a 1-kill game, but the pace of this game is very interesting off the rip.
Even Formal to have the patience there. Shoot those nades, but now Eco with an overshield push. Here he comes on green and Nest.
Eco now is going to be the focal point for the Cloud9 death ball, but it's going to be slowed down a little bit because you see Lucid managed to pick one up. APG has no idea of this positioning coming in from Eco. Lucid manages to trade out that kill, and it will be C9 who go 3 down here, and OpTic into a 2-kill lead, even though they didn't have that overshield.
Yeah, very well done there. It's a great response from OpTic, and oh my god, imagine spawning in the dummies with Lucid looking at you with a plasma pistol. That is a death wish, and it will result in still a 2-kill OpTic Gaming lead, but Cloud9 has done well to keep this one close.
Bound picks up 1. Lucid picks up 2. It's a killing spree for him. There's another player above him as well. He covers him in a little bit of plasma pistol. And his teammate comes in to finish it off as well. So at 15-11, now a 4-kill difference between the 2 teams. Next point of focus for both these teams is going to be that overshield.
You can run, but you can't hide from Lucid. I think that's one thing we've learned, and my god, do they ever hate this noob combo right now, because he is absolutely running around the map, corner to corner, making a double kill.
The confidence coming in from Lucid. He is just running at Cloud9 at the moment.
And we talked about how much momentum that C9 might have had. Look at Formal on the flank, picks up 1, teammates pick up 2. He still has some overshield to play with as well.
We talked about the blender. Right now, C9 are feeling it. They cannot get out at the moment, and OpTic are just collapsing with those numbers. Finally, Formal will be taken down back tower, but here comes the follow-up damage. Lucid trying to do it. He can't put that thing down, Lucid!
Hold the phone! Lucid is 11-2 right now. Unbelievable from this man just running the noob combo up against Cloud9.
Sniper rifle, next point of focus, 5 seconds. You can see the game finally has slowed down for just a few seconds. And I think for everyone that's a good idea because we need to catch our breath. Stella versus Lucid. Who's going to come out on top? Are you surprised at this point that Lucid does?
Not at all. Gonna try, oh boy, thought about doing it. And one thing that you and I talked about, Mark, is the fact that Cloud9 would be coming in with a lot of momentum off that big win in Catalyst CTF, but my God, has OpTic Gaming ever slowed that momentum down completely in both Game 1 and now also in Game 2.
A 10-kill difference between the two teams. And C9 now trying to posture to get into a position when they're not going to be traded out straight away. Eco and Stella get kills. OpTic try and flood in as well. They want to keep this pressure on, and Penguin and Bound just trying to survive here. Heatwave for Bound. Is it going to be enough to get one? Yes, but there is that trade again from Lucid.
Exactly. Oh boy, Stellar though answers back. He will finally be taken down, 2v2 on the map.
Formal eats a grenade, somehow stays alive for now. 2 players, no shields, no problem. Formal takes down Eco.
You got to think OpTic Gaming very happy with trades at this point. Your 10-kill lead, Penguin. Nope, does not grab the overshield. It's a great team shot from OpTic Gaming.
And Lucid's got himself the plasma pistol once more. Bound, you got an overshield, but I don't know what I'd prefer at the moment. Overshield in the hands of Bound or Lucid with the plasma pistol. It seems like Bound is going to come out on top of that battle. Maybe it's a way back into this for C9. 2 dead for OpTic Gaming, but they've got to do what OpTic did to them. They've got to keep that pressure on. Trade's no longer an option here for C9.
That's right, this game's not over yet. Oh, Bound actually gets the best of Formal there with the back smack. Rare that you see something like that. It's only now a 6-kill game. They get 5.
2 players, 3 players trapped at the back of green as well here for OpTic. So C9, if they can get damage down, might be able to collapse as well. That lead, which is established, is starting to slowly evaporate. Formal with some great shots from back green, though, to create the opening. Penguin still trying to keep that pressure off for C9. Formal's going to come out with another one as well, and Formal almost single-handedly here is getting OpTic out of this spawn trap.
Oh my God, Formal 13-8 in this game right now, and like you said, it's a great team shot from OpTic Gaming that gets them out of the back green spawns.
But C9 keeping that pressure on. OpTic doing a great job of trading, but C9 getting a little bit closer than they were a few moments ago. The problem here for C9, though, is they've only got 5 deaths to play with.
Was 3 dead for Cloud9 off the respawn. Let's go, OpTic Chance are back in the arena here. Home stretch, 4 more kills for OpTic Gaming to close this out.
C9 flood top middle. Be trying to isolate a player that they found, but Stella, he's going to be isolated himself. Another couple of trades come in. OpTic just need 1. They're 1-0 up in the series. It's just about where that 50th kill is.
Green spawns, nest spawns. It doesn't look good. Spawns for the side of Cloud9. Damage out of APG, as you say. Only 1 more kill to close it out.
Bound picks up 1, but the overshield coming up at this side of the map completely controlled by OpTic surely means it's just a matter of time. But here comes the push from Cloud9. Lucid with the 50th. OpTic Gaming up by 2. And at this point in the tournament, they have never looked better.
Never looked better is right. Look at the damage out of this team. How many times do we see them just traveling in packs? Every single time you see shots on a player, it's cleaned up by another player from OpTic Gaming, and they are so efficient with those assists right now. They will now lead the series 2-0.
So now the pressure very much on the shoulders of Cloud9. Coming into this final, OpTic knew what they had to do. You could say the pressure was all on them coming into this tournament, but now with a 2-game advantage, having won that winner's bracket final, all they have to think about now is winning 2 more games of Halo to call themselves a champion.
16-8 there from Lucid, 15-11 from Formal. Taking a look at the damage as well. 38-91 from Formal in the end. They will close it out 50-41 in a very comfortable game number 2. And like you said, this is the best they've ever looked, and I think on the OpTic side of the stage, they know that, but they also know the job is not done.
So many moments we can talk about in that game where OpTic had that great start. They got that big lead established where they really did a great job of collapsing on those Cloud9 spawns and keeping them separated off spawn. But I want to talk about that moment where 3 players were trapped at back green from OpTic Gaming. Cloud9 had fought their way into position to get a 3 or 4 dead. Sometimes you're looking across the stage, right? And you're looking at a player for a little bit of experience, a little bit of nous on how to deal with these situations. Who's the last man standing, who comes out swinging, gets 2, 3 kills? His name is Formal. He's been here before.
That man on your screen right there, this was just after that sequence as he ends that and pushes out a Green. Like you said, it's a great team shot from Green on to Nestbridge to catch Cloud9 off guard. Comes off the spawn like a demon and helps them win the game 50-41. The Green Wall now leading 2-0 as we set our sights on King of the Hill recharge.
King of the Hill recharge. Interesting change of pace. We have that fixed objective you have to capture to get those points on the board. Of course, first to 4 points will win. Unless that time expires, and there is a Pure Doggo.
Pure
Back
Doggo.
again.
She's very happy to see APG and the Green Wall leading 2-0. And OpTic fans have showed up in a big way here at ACS Orlando, to say the very least.
There's still some work to do for OpTic, but trust me, when your energy gets a little bit low, as a team, you've been on that main stage for quite some time, there is nothing better than looking out onto that crowd and have that energy thrown back at you. It gives you that lift that you're definitely looking for.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is not just like an OpTic Gaming section. It feels like half of the venue is dedicated to the OpTic Gaming Green Wall here, as they have showed up, as we said, in a huge way. It's been an unbelievable crowd here in Orlando all weekend long, and they've never been louder. And OpTic Gaming themselves have never looked better.
It's true. Every single time we have an event at the moment, it seems like wherever the last event was, the next event tries to beat them, right? Yeah. We were back in KC, we had that crazy home crowd, and now we have this OpTic-based crowd who are getting even louder. Worlds is just around the corner.
3 weeks away.
3 weeks away. I wonder if the noise is going to be there, because people have been waiting for that all year long. It's going to be absolutely all year long. Pandemic. We had 3-4 years, whatever it was.
We've been waiting for this moment for many years, and I think that the Green Wall, as you now hear behind us, starting to erupt again. They've been waiting for this moment for a very long time as well. And my God, you have to think, the players on stage here, they know what this means for the momentum that they would take going into the World Championship. Not to mention, by the way, about $140,000 in cash prize for first place.
The prize pool for this tournament, thanks to crowdfunding, we bumped it up to $350K, which is absolutely ridiculous going into Worlds as well, the biggest money event of the year. And for now, as the players get ready to head into our game number 3, I mean, Cloud9, it's been a long day for them. It's been a very grueling road for them, but this is a game type where I feel like maybe if they're going to turn it around, there's an opportunity to do so.
Certainly, and one thing we know about Cloud9, and we don't say this about every single team in the HCS, but Cloud9 is a team, and OpTic Gaming will know this better than anyone. You cannot give them any room. You cannot allow them to come back into the series, because guess what? These guys are fierce. They will run this series. They will gladly send you to a bracket reset. In fact, I think nothing would make them happier. And they are ready to go. So OpTic Gaming knows that they need to close out this series quickly and not give any room for the idea of a Cloud9 comeback.
Bound back on the stage, C9 look like they're ready to lock back in to the games that we have ahead of us. Maybe just a little mental reset that is required. Sometimes you just need to step away from the intensity of the situation and remind yourself this is just a game of Halo.
Right. That's what we heard so many times, time and time again from OpTic Gaming in these interviews, because they keep winning series. We keep seeing them interviewed on main stage. They said, we need to remember these are the exact same games, the exact same opponents we play online when we win these events. There's no reason we can't come here and do the same exact thing. So far, they've done exactly that.
So what's the key here for Cloud9? You step back into the coaching shoes a little bit earlier on, back into the coaching hairstyle, I should say, as well.
I did, thank you.
Obviously, you know, you've been there before yourself. You've been in these situations with teams. What's going through their mind, and what do you have to say as a player or a coach, or what's some words of advice you've heard to really get your team back focused into a series like this?
I think if we look at this series so far, Cloud9 has played the entire game, for both games, on the back foot, right? They've gone down to early deficits, and I think that's really cost them, because OpTic Gaming, they're firing on all cylinders. They're a bit too tough of an opponent to take down from behind right now. I think if you're on the side of Cloud9, it needs to look at those opening strats, right? Let's not go down early. Let's play our game. Let's dictate the pace instead of being forced to play catch-up for the entire game. I think that's going to be the huge key as to whether or not C9 can get back in this.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I think they got to do a little bit better job of just hunting down that 4th kill as well. We've seen them get 2 or 3 kills from OpTic, and that last kill just kind of surviving 3 seconds too long for someone to get back onto the map and help them back out of them in that team fight. And that's the difference, right? We always mention it. It was one of your favorite things you noticed in the Super, the speed of kill 1 and kill 4 before a clean white coming in from OpTic Gaming. Nobody's done it better in recent time.
Absolutely not. If we talk about Cloud9, look at the way they played the FaZe series, right? They were on fire. They're really being the first one to deal the damage. They're capitalizing on that damage. That's what we saw against FaZe. That's what won them the series. In overtime on Catalyst CTF, we haven't yet seen that from them, that brilliance from them in the grand finals. Let's see if game number 3 is their game.
Maybe we're going to see a little bit of that Cloud9 brilliance now. Maybe we're going to see them reignite this series. We're back underway here in Orlando. It's game number 3 of the series. OpTic 2-0 up. King of the Hill recharge.
Lucid, the man on your screen, maybe the most talked about player on OpTic Gaming, and for a very good reason. Look at that KD 1.69 in this series.
Little early wins like that from Stellar are going to be big, though. He's inside of that hill, and he's got that camouflage, and he picks up a double onto Formal. Little things like that, like you talked about, winning that opening break. Just reminding yourselves that you can put OpTic Gaming on the back foot.
Look at this, C9's ran the same exact strategy that we saw earlier, right? They put Camo in hill, and it could be a huge difference maker, but OpTic Gaming shuts it down right away before 20 points get on the board.
Map control here for C9 as well. A couple of kills in their favor, and of course, most importantly, a little bit of time on the board. They currently have OpTic with 2 players in that death screen as well, so don't be surprised to see a couple more points put on the board, as Penguin has to fight against these 2 OpTic players just flooding around back blue. Instead, going to back down, wait for the help coming in from Stellar before they re-challenge. It looks like they might be able to catch a couple players off guard. Penguin finds one. Trippy goes for a swim, and Formal sends Penguin to maybe join him.
Great. Look at that, back and forth, 2 dead for each side. What a good little jaunt in the back of the base as we see 2 teams just take each other out. Traditionally in this series, OpTic Gaming has been winning those 2v2s and those baiting and switches, but now Bound has the shock rifle in hand, and he's ready to do some damage.
Unfortunately for that OpTic player, it's like they got hit in the side by a truck as that shock rifle connected with the head. And look at the amount of information that's just been picked up here by Bound as well. Lucid doesn't care though. Lucid's going to challenge. The shock rifle now down, and Lucid takes a step inside of the hill for the first time for OpTic.
3 dead. Stellar is your last player alive. Let's take a look and see. He's stuck in control. He cannot stop the points from going on the board for the side of OpTic Gaming, and they will collapse without trading a kill. Very efficient from OpTic Gaming.
Efficient, but look at this push now coming in from C9. 3 players fall from OpTic. Eco going to step into that hill with a teammate once again, doubling up on that hill. So make sure that angles are cut off, but there's that commando from Trippy just shredding away at Eco. Trippy on the flank picks up 2.
Great play from Trippy. That thing hitting so hard in the back and stops all the points coming on the board from Cloud9, and also great shots from Formal as well. Look at how important just that damage from Trippy alone was in the end.
Well, we're going to have some work to do though. He's got Eco flying at him. He deals with him. Bound and Penguin though. They're in the kill feed, lighting out for Cloud9, but Stellar finds himself now as last alive for C9. It's going to be a 1v1 around the back of this box, but Stellar decides it's best to just survive for now. The cover fire comes in from Eco. Nobody's stepping foot in that hill at the moment because they don't have the kills to do so, but look how close this is at the moment. A slender lead here for Cloud9, but Stellar with those 2 kills allows Eco to step back in.
Great play from Stellar. He takes his time around bottom. Repulsor tunnel stays alive. Eco does the damage from Bad Ledge, and Stellar flanks around. That will keep 2 dead. This should be a C9 point here.
OpTic Gaming trapped inside Elevator as well, so the worrying thing for them as C9 get that first point on the board is that C9 are in position to maybe start locking down this long haul as well. 2 players from OpTic flooding. Eco trying to survive. He's dipping, he's diving, he's grappling. He's swinging his way out of trouble. And now he's going to have to flank 2. This is a big battle going down. Formal versus Eco on this long-range C Platter Needles. EPG is there to help him out in the long haul as well, but he's currently trapped. It looks like C9 might have control along.
They do, and they're starting to find form here. Let's get ready for an Astro. Listen in with Cloud9 as they've taken the lead in the game.
Oh, we just get hill. There's 2 going silo, 2 going silo.
C flat.
No, we're here. They're both weak.
One shot, C stairs.
Okay, I can get that.
2 here. Both weak in hill.
I got 1
shot in hill.
Watch after that hill.
He's on the box. On the box. One shot in hill. One shot in hill. The box. One shot. 2 there. Multiple.
Two there. Needles, 1 shot. Nice. Last 2, sneaky in hill.
He has a repost in hill.
He's challenging.
Sneaky weak. Be weak in hill.
I'm coming. Sneaky.
Research to the long.
Sneaky.
He's in hill. I know. Chasing you, Braden. He's on me.
Okay.
Sneaky. 1 shot, sneaky. No, I don't think so. Absolutely sneaky. Live C-bound. Live forever.
They spawn long.
I'm a bottom bear, guys.
Look at C flat. Look at bottom bear.
1 shot, glass on me.
Silo and like bottom right, I think. One is silo for sure. We can go glass here.
One of us go glass.
Got glass.
We can help.
Glass, silo.
Dropping on you. Melee.
Nice.
Go ahead.
Back C in hill. Sneaky, 1 shot.
C-plat, guys.
1 shot, sneaky. Dead.
C-plat.
Let's jump out of the Astro listening. OpTic Gaming currently scrapping, fighting desperately for this hill, but C9 giving as good as they got. And listen to the intensity of C9 in this listening.
And Cloud9 undoubtedly looking like a different team in this game number 3. Despite heroic efforts from Formal there to stay alive for so long, they've started to shut them down. They have a 2-man advantage yet again, and they're very close to closing out point number 2.
Eco as well has that shock rifle in the hill, so anyone is going to be challenging. It's going to be a little bit of a risky play because Eco has the ability to rip your head off, but he doesn't need to for now because they're going to be 2-0 up Cloud9. OpTic finally being tested here. Cloud9 are back alive in the series.
This is the signs of life that we said we needed to see from Cloud9. We wondered if we'd see that C9 brilliance, and it has now shown up in a big way. Eco finds the last one bottom mid as well. And if you've just joined in, this looks like a totally different C9 team.
It does as well, and the worrying thing here for OpTic as well is even though they lost that hill, the next one is the elevator hill. You would argue this is the easiest one to lock down, the most secure to lock down as a team, and C9 almost managed to break them on that rotation, but for good reasons here, OpTic are going to be happy as well, because OpTic now have held off that push. It looks like they're scoring, and look how quickly that hill is going up.
2 dead. C9 should be able to break here on paper. Let's see if they can get through. Yes, last player alive is up top elevator. If they get this kill, they will be a full break. This will now be points on the board, but not a lot of room for error for C9. Take a look at that point.
Full break, like you say. OpTic will only have to break once, but Penguin not only is part of the Cloud9 gang that have got this elevator area on lockdown, they have camo, and Stella has that shot rifle too. If they're gonna get back into this game, this is the opportunity to do so. 2 dead on the cross for OpTic Gaming.
OpTic Gaming, they take their time. They do a triple push across glass, and it doesn't work. C9 will continue scoring, and he hits the remote detonation on Formal as well. This will be a guaranteed point for C9.
Formal steps on a landmine and gets blown to smithereens. C9 3 up. One more hill to go, and the series will be 2-1.
Running an absolute masterclass here on King of the Hill recharge. Finally, 2 members of C9 will be taken down, make it 3, and it's an opening for OpTic Gaming. Can you imagine if they brought this game back?
Look at Bound. He's got those Astros cranked up to 1,000, but Lucid's got his commando locked onto him instead. Wins that important fight. C9 now 2 dead. It looks like OpTic is set up around this repulsor tunnel hill.
Lucid turns on him, and after the back of that kill, that will be 3 dead. Eco was the last player alive. Bound your next spawner. It's great damage from Lucid yet again.
Hello.
Finally, he'll be taken down, though. It's another 2-man advantage for C9.
C9 looking to break this hill once more. Trippy takes some damage. Stella gets the trade. Penguin there to help out Eco stay alive. Last player alive within the vicinity is going to be APG. And look at this sneaky decision from Eco. He knows the repulsor is an opportunity. Lines that jump up with the sword platform. So even if he gets hit by it, he's not going to sink.
You called it perfectly. That's brilliant from Eco. He knew that someone would be expecting the repulse. That APG wanted Eco to drop down. Instead, he takes a perfect angle when the repulsor would not even be a factor. And it's moments like that, plays like that, that have given a 3-0 lead to Cloud9. Now, with less than 2 minutes left, game number 3.
Oh, Eco! Trippy! Trippy, the trapeze artist. Repulsor pushed him off, but he held on for dear life then.
Oh my God, grapples right back up there, and what a time to have 1 grapple remaining. He's now going to have Repulsor as a reward as well. This one's not over yet, but we would need absolutely incredible play from OpTic Gaming. They're also 2 dead here.
Trippy absolutely locked in as well. Penguin now going to be challenging him back silo. Trippy can hear him, but Trippy can't find him. It's a sneaky, sneaky Penguin. And Bound has the camo as well. So even though, much like we saw on this previous hill, OpTic out to a great start. Lots of time on the board. Securing that camo and securing a little bit of map positioning might be Cloud9's opportunity back in.
Bound eventually taken down with the camo. Does well to make sure he gets the 1 kill on Formal. Eco with some creative angles there to go all the way down to Mangler Pit as well, and now we'll rotate back to Hydro. Still 2 dead for OpTic.
1 minute 15 left in the game as well. OpTic 3 dead, but Formal still inside of that hill. But Bound deals with him. Bound gets him out with that back smack, and now you can see C9 with a full setup for the first time around this repulsor hill. They'll have the information of where the OpTic push is coming in. That's why you're seeing C9 turn their attention to tower.
C9 loves it. Oh, nice little angle there to take down APG in the control corner as well. They'll also take down Formal. Another 2-man advantage. This has been slaying dominance from Cloud9. They're just waiting and they're baiting on this last hill.
Trippy says, I'll take the 1v1. He's got the repulsor, but there's Penguin. Position just quick enough to make sure it wasn't a straight 1v1. Penguin picks up 2 as well, and now he's looking for more. A couple of players trying to burst through the tower. Formal stays alive. Lucid, you won't though. Yes, he will somehow. Penguin on the hunt for Formal, finishes off what he started. And now Trippy, dare you challenge? Probably not.
Look at what Cloud9 is doing to OpTic Gaming. 30 seconds left. Look at the stats. Eco, 20 and 14. Penguin, 22 and 13. Dismantling the green wall in game number 3.
And the interesting thing here is Cloud9 have changed their strategy now. They're not worried about winning on the hill.
Yeah.
They want to send a message to OpTic Gaming. They are going to try and slay them out as Stella once again shows his gymnastic prowess with that grapple. Nice little headshot as well as he goes for that camo too.
No more grapples to snag the camo, but with 7 seconds left, he's not going to worry about it. Here we go. The time ticks down.
Time ticks down. OpTic, after 2 games, might have thought this might be an easy road, but remember, they're up against Cloud9, the guardians of that trophy. C9 answer back, and it's 2-1 now. A 1-game lead for OpTic.
And what did we say? Do not count this Cloud9 team out. They're right back in this series. It's a dominant game 3, not just a win. That is a statement, as you said.
I mentioned before this game, as we take a look at some of the stats, by the way, Penguin, I said right at the start of this tournament, West Coast buff, man, this guy's going to be dangerous. 23 and 14. Penguin turning up when C9 needed it most.
Absolutely enormous. Eco, as we said, also 20 and 15. And Bound, of course, with 13 assists to his name, not to mention also going positive 3. The entire C9 roster positive in that game. It's a 3-0 win on Recharge King of the Hill. And ladies and gentlemen, we now have ourselves a grand final.
And now I mentioned some of those thoughts. OpTic, been here before, probably thought this is looking a little bit too easy. This is what we call a little bit of a mental test for them now, as C9 dominate game number 3. All that will be forgotten if OpTic can answer back and go up 3-1 in the series, but as we take a look at some of these replays, it's the style in which Cloud9 just returns to the series that worries me.
I agree. OpTic actually played so many of these situations so well. You think back to the long haul hill, OpTic was executing great. Formal staying alive, baiting kills. He was about 10 and 6 at that point. Great numbers, but still Cloud9, they hold the gas pedal forward, they time their pushes and hold perfectly. They will win 3-0. Now bring the series just within 1 game.
And now we have arguably the fastest and most unforgiving game type in the entirety of the map mode combos we have in the Halo Championship Series. It's strongholds, it's streets. And I got to ask, Andy, where's your money in this one?
You're crazy if you think I'm going to place a bet on this game right here.
You refused to do predictions at the start of the tournament.
We are just so lucky to be here for these grand finals. OpTic Gaming versus Cloud9. What a grand final it's been so far. And we're jumping on with Penguin after a great game number 3. What can Cloud9 do? Can they answer back and tie the series 2-2? Or will we see OpTic Gaming take a 3-1 lead in a best of 7?
We already mentioned how important the opening is for both the teams in both games that we've seen. C9 getting the better of OpTic in that previous game, gave them the tools to play with. Off the break here, it looks like the advantage will go to OpTic. Trippy has managed to steal and get those rockets. Needs to deal with Bound, taken down to no shields, but manages to just about escape. And most importantly, has a rocket, but no. There's the great communication coming in. There's that man Penguin.
Ooh, great communication, as you said. There, he would have gotten a call up. There was a player coming into commando. Pre-fires the rocket, picks up the kill. That will be a VC hold early on for OpTic Gaming, but Penguin will start to flip C.
Yeah, it was a momentary, very, very momentary triple cap actually for OpTic. Just as Cloud9 managed to flip. Now they're playing the end, so you're going to see pink streak control be very important as to the areas of the map that try to be locked down by Cloud9, trying to pin OpTic Gaming in towards that B stronghold. It looks like OpTic have broken through to A here. The hold not good enough here from C9.
Keep an eye on the Stalker Bulldog combo. It is going to be a factor in this entire game without a doubt. OpTic fans reminding C9 that they are here in the building in a big way, and Penguin just controlling this commando area.
Such a nuisance dealing with this player. You know how he can influence not only the fights that go down at C, but also the fights that go down at B and A with the lines of sight that you do have. Give the man a stalker, and you can see why Penguin is playing at this pace as well. OpTic desperate to get rid of him, but look at the damage he's doing.
Look at that, and just respect from Lucid there, knowing that Penguin with the Stalker rifle can make very quick work of you. That was free dead for Cloud9. Stellar was your last player alive. He's now top A.
to be able to flip this as well. OpTic put a lot of resources into dealing with Penguin inside of that C stronghold. Managed to do so, but as you say, just lets that rotation now come in, which keeps Cloud9 scoring. Rockets are going to be coming up, and it looks like Stellar actually is going to leave those for a teammate to maybe pick up on their way through. Eco and Trippy going to trade kills. C9 with the numbers on the map at the moment, but Formal looking to even that one up. C9 2 dead, and it's going to be OpTic once again. Have to fight so hard just to get control of that B stronghold.
Yeah, Lucid's trying it. Rockets are not able to do so. So has to actually rotate around back to B stairs. Rockets are still up bottom middle here.
Nobody can get hold of them. Nobody can get an angle on them. Lucid's just trying to survive for now, and Stella's going to put him on his back. APG is trying to fire onto that rocket holder, but there is Bound. 2 rockets fired though. He only managed to pick up 1 kill along the way, but it will be scoring still here for Cloud9 as they're about to flip over B.
They don't reset from APG. APG off screen was your last player alive for OpTic Gaming, and he gets a huge reset on B. OpTic Gaming will continue scoring.
Lucian with that Bulldog inside of tires as well. If you played enough of Halo Infinite, at some point you've died to that combination of location and weapon. Lucid now 2 shots to Eco, make sure that B will go back into the hands of OpTic. It's a tie game, and now you see OpTic just slide into the most slender of leads.
A big factor and contributor there. Look at APG, he's 9-4 in this game, not to mention the reset that we just saw on screen. This might just be APG's tournament. He's looking better than ever.
The way that Lucid's playing at the moment, very slow, very meticulous. And the reason for that, he's controlling the weapons. He's controlling the sandbox here for OpTic Gaming. You give the Stalker and the Bulldog back over to Cloud9, you've already seen what they can do with it. But if you've got them in your hands, you can pick up easy kills like that and do a huge amount of damage.
Gosh, look at the way that Lucid plays those angles. Perfectly times the Bulldog push, stays alive somehow, and even swaps out the Stalker. They will continue scoring AB 85-43 on the scoreboard.
2 cap hold has been good for OpTic. You can see they've almost doubled their lead, or doubled the score, I should say, excuse me, over Cloud9. Looks like C9 are trying to get into A, but who else but APG is going to step into A and get that reset. Lucid puts a toe into C just to try and bait back a couple of players, and that secures the Rockets once again for OpTic. That's 2 pickup in a row.
Look at the dynamic duo, Lucid and Trippy both working together for their first event win. Second rocket will not connect, but the damage still comes in from the backfield. Now Lucid has rotated to driveway.
This is where C9 have got to stay strong mentally though, right? Things haven't gone their way in the last few minutes. They've not had control of the weapons. They haven't had a huge amount of rocket presence as well. Bound with 2, and Stellar, even in the things out is Trippy as he takes down the silent assassin on the map. It's going to be OpTic who keeps scoring here with a BC hold.
Eco was last player alive. That was huge for him to get that kill rather than falling. That will give them now some presence on B and an opportunity to try to regain control, but it's quite a deficit.
Deficit, but it's not one that's out of control whatsoever. Lucid finally is going to lose that thrust, but no, it's not a back smack, it's a shoulder tap, which means that OpTic will put Cloud9 4 dead.
Stellar's your first spawner. Huge swing of kills. Stellar's one PD. They weren't ready for the PD spawns. Maybe a blessing here for Cloud9.
Bound's fighting inside of B as well, but it's Trippy again with that Stalker rifle. He hits the shots required, and again, look at the flood coming in from OpTic Gaming. On his way to the grave, Eco picked up 1, but Formal with 2 keeps Trippy alive with that Stalker. So vital to lock down these lanes of sight on street strongholds. Bound finally, again, gets the weapon out of the hands of OpTic.
It really has been a huge outslaying difference in this game that has led to this OpTic Gaming lead. They're outslaying their opponents right now 41-29 in total.
But now you're seeing the transfer of weapons, and this is where you're seeing C9 start to get back into the game. This is why I was talking about their mentality. You have to expect in these kind of games that when you don't have Stalker, Bulldog, Rockets, whatever it might be, there's going to be periods of damage management. But for now, it looks like the damage has been managed by Cloud9. They're scoring, holding both ends of the map, AC. And as you can see, Bound, well, he's got to think the Bucks.
Absolute bloodbath for that Bulldog over at Commando. Just kills being traded out back and forth. 2 dead here for OpTic.
Looks like a reset should come in on C as well from Eco. Stellar with 2 in the feed. Had the Rockets, and look how the game is changing. Cloud9 with his 2 cap. Maybe looking to make a move onto B. The PD spawns are going to come in for OpTic, which means that they should have access towards A, or maybe they're going to play a bit of Slayer, try and get some kills before they think about that objective. C9 are scoring, and C9 are now into triple digits.
Triple digits here, now only down by 50 when it was down by about 90 plus earlier here. Cloud9 back in this game. Like we said, never count them out. This team has been dominant on LAN all season long. They have no plans of slowing down here in Orlando.
Oh, look at this angle from Lucid. He managed to just sneak past bottom middle. APG picks up one as well. And here comes APG again. APG with a commando. Absolutely shredding Eco.
Now 1v1 here. Lucid versus Bound on your screen. Let's see what can happen. Oh, God! Lucid gets behind him somehow. That's a big win. Of course, he's got a drop shield as well. That's going to keep him alive even longer. And Lucid taking matters into his own hands. That will flip B off of his effort there.
Not just B, but look at C as well. Cloud9 have scraped and clawed their way back into this game. But a triple cap here for OpTic is going to make that score skyrocket.
Oh my God, it looked like it was 3 dead for OpTic and it was going to be Cloud9 control. Instead, Lucid wins the 1v1 and tees up Formal for a remote detonation now. OpTic Gaming looking at this home stretch potentially if they continue scoring.
200 points on the board for OpTic, just 50 away now. C9 fighting just to get control of A at the moment, and Formal has things locked down with this Stalker rifle as well. Stella's going to have a little bit of a peek over the garden fence. But now Formal kind of left on an island. 2 of his teammates have fallen. Cloud9 are inside of B, and they flip the scoring back in their favor. But now we're entering the territory of the game, Andy, where you have to say that C9 don't have many missed opportunities left.
They really don't here. Maybe 2 or 3 pushes maximum should they lose control, and that would be best case. Oh no, Bound gets melted right away by the team shot of OpTic Gaming.
But he throws the rockets back to C9, so he gets them back to the positions where his teammates can pick them up. A big push, a big moment in this game. If Stella can pick up these kills with the rockets, then maybe C9 can force their way back into this game, but they lose 3 players in the process.
Oh, if Bound could do something here, it would be huge.
God,
what a nade! Are you kidding me?
What?
Picks up one, gets an assist on the other. That's a huge single play from Bound to keep C9 alive.
The guy is moving like a ghostly spirit around the map at the moment, using that thrust perfectly to somehow get in a situation where he comes out with 1 kill and damage on another. But C9, again, they're closing in on this OpTic Gaming score. They're fighting, they're clawing. They will not let this game go.
Let's see what happens to B here. Formal, by the way, 16 and 11, huge numbers from him. But as you say, the job is not done yet. These next few kills will determine the score. Look at it. It's 215 to 203. Cloud9 has made the comeback.
Call me crazy, this next team fight could be the game. First kill, massive. If it goes to the favor of C9, we might see a lead flip. It does go to the favor of C9, but here comes the push from OpTic, but they lose 3, and C9 go into a lead in the final moments of this game.
Oh my God, only 25 points needed here. Trippy is the first one into B, still 2 dead for OpTic. How does C9 play this?
I want to see if they flip the map, if they try and go for A. That looks like the play, pin them at B. Or instead, they're going to use it as a distraction. Stella's going to work with a teammate here towards B. This fight is everything in this game. B is the fight. Trippy is alive on the pillars. Boom with the double and the killing spree.
APG last player alive. APG wins the 1v1 there. This is huge. Tie game here at 220.
Big push coming in on B. Eco's inside of Red Room. Eco gets 1. Eco's getting chased by Lucid. Lucid goes down as well. A massive double kill coming in from Eco. Stella is there as well. 3 dead for OpTic, and C9 are back into B.
Formal gets rockets. Does Formal stay alive here?
Stays alive!
He gets away with the rockets here. Not over yet.
Formal on the flank. Formal gets the trade, but is it enough? C9 have to make the play on C. Penguin on the flank. APG dealt with by Penguin. Lucid, he gets one as well.
Bound is your last player alive for C9. How does he play this? OpTic scoring. OpTic from a man disadvantage. Only 5 points away.
Bound can't do anything. He cannot turn a stronghold over. And OpTic will win. Game number 4.
Wow. With a man disadvantage, they close that game out in the final moments. And what felt like a Cloud9 win is turned around at the last second by OpTic Gaming to take a 3-1 lead. They are 1 game away from closing out your grand finals here at HCS Orlando. What a finish from OpTic Gaming, and how much have we talked about their late game clutch moments?
Well, they've been practicing. It just goes to show, right? If you can focus on those moments, don't let the moment take control of you. Take control of the moment yourselves. That's where you win close games like that. Would have OpTic have won that game a couple of months ago?
Tough to say.
Tough to say. But right now, right here in Orlando, against a spirited C9 side who gave it everything, we have to say, to turn that game around, it's OpTic who come out on top.
Formal there, just shy of 5,800 damage bound right there with him. In the end, it's really the slaying category that makes the difference. OpTic will outslay 72-64 in total and secure a 250-230 win in an unforgettable Stronghold Streets. Now they set their sights on Catalyst Slayer, a potential tournament-winning game type for them.
One more game. That's all the OpTic Gaming need to keep in mind. Get yourself 50 kills before C9 can, and you finally get your hands on that Halo Championship Series trophy, a major trophy, and a major step forward in their story ahead of the Halo World Champs.
Formal and Bound on your screen. Formal wants to secure that win for two teammates who have never had a LAN win. On the other side is Bound, also searching for that same team. Here we are in map number 5. OpTic Gaming one game away from closing it out. Can Cloud9 stay alive?
Such an interesting fact that we're on Catalyst as well. We saw that crazy flag game that got Cloud9 to this position. Take yourself back to the NA Super. It was a crazy, crazy Game 5 Slayer where Cloud9 lost. So
yep.
C9 have experienced every emotion you could possibly imagine on this map. APG though off the rip here is going to have that overshield, and he's going to be ripping away at all of C9 in the base.
Oh boy, just picking them down one by one. It's a 6-1 lead here early on for OpTic Gaming with 3 players spawning off of Cloud9. Let's see how they deal with this spawn with an Astro Gaming. Listen in, OpTic Gaming.
Backed up.
Go penguin around.
Slip. Joey, just let me know if you hear footsteps.
I honestly can't.
That's fine. That's just.
I'm watching across the
We're starting to pink all, guys.
Joey's somewhat watching our spikes as well.
Yeah.
R2 going to Carl. The Carl one eco. At least one.
I'm gonna go back to Carl.
Yeah,
Let
listen.
that try to get a pick.
Yo, bait the
I'll
fuck.
try to
Bait Joey. Bait for Joey. Bait for Joey.
I'm looking at Joy. I'm starting to Joy.
They're just sitting.
I got her back.
Play safe. Yeah. You gotta play super safe, Brad.
Yo, one's going pink. I'm sliding right here.
Brad. Hide right here.
Yeah.
Hide right here.
Should I leave the spot or no?
No. Listen,
Somebody needs to watch Brad. Yeah. Make sure.
I'm still sitting here. We got the three on that.
I hear
Three on that
that.
ping.
They're pushing towards pink. Hang on one second. Try to get a pick.
On me, I think.
No, you're good. You're good.
Tell me, watch out.
Careful,
I want to grab spikes. Grabbing these. Backing up.
Pick right now.
Hey, listen, I'm about to start.
If I shot,
Run away, guys. Run away. Look hard, guys. Look hard, guys. Look hard.
We're looking car right now. Just keep going.
I have a grapple.
We're all here.
Brad spawn here.
OS is coming, guys.
I can grapple OS, guys.
Okay, we need to get shots from...
Okay, then someone
Don't let them flank us, though.
Come car 2 with me.
Yeah, I'm not
Brad,
trying to
hold the Carl. Yep.
Somebody watch.
He's right here. Spike's right here.
I'm on car 2.
Yeah.
Okay, one shot.
Mighty weak bound.
One shot.
Right here. One shot Taylor. Absolutely.
Where? We have one. Nice. Three.
That's him.
Leave that guy for a second.
You guys can go here, guys.
Behind you, Joey. Low.
Ready, we go, Joey.
Joey, kill me. One shot on the door. Blue door.
Yeah, we're not gonna kill probably.
Absolute door.
It's fine. Slow down. Slow down.
We're going inside.
Remember, you keep using our numbers, guys.
Yeah, let's go back to car.
Skewer is up.
Yeah, 2 there. They're main in one car.
It's up in 25.
One's car 1 hiding on the fucking.
Grapple.
Shot penguin on grapple.
Okay, there's cuts.
Car 1 outside. Down.
Hear that.
Left side.
You guys
We gotta live, man.
We'll jump back into the game from the Astro listening. It's just a 2-kill game, but how big a moment could that have been? He's got cat ears on in this game, Bound, and he was climbing up that wall like a cat himself.
I mean, unbelievable plays there from Bound. The awareness there to fly out, trying to get the kill on Lucid instead of Trippy. Formal tries to close in. He gets 1. Would have wanted more there, and you have to think with that overshot grab and the precision of the pushes there, it's a miracle that Cloud9 has kept the game this close, but now OpTic Gaming up by 4.
Yeah, 2 in a row. Overshields. Coming in for OpTic. C9 have got to think if we can get a hold of one of those, that's our way back into this game. But power up control with the way that OpTic are playing at the moment, very, very difficult, especially when they're shooting like this. That's 4 dead for Cloud9. It's a 7-kill advantage for OpTic Gaming.
What a swing there. What was just a 3-kill lead is now a 4-kill lead with that full wipe. APG with the spikes as well. Eco yet to be on the board here. 7 kills. That's the big lead here in the grand finals.
Hey,
XboxBG spiking things out. Just a trade though. Trippy trying to come in to finish off some damage, but he's got to be careful here. He knows there's 3 players from Cloud9 in front of him. Lucid down to no shields, but position himself beautifully to make sure that he can get back in. And there is that noob combo once again. Lucid, a little bit different with that weapon in his hands.
Absolutely.
Oh my!
Almost got the skewer. You heard Lunchbox timing it as well to make sure they would have that weapon in their hand. Overshield also up right now. All eyes going to be bottom middle.
Eco gets the first pick though. Pound trying to challenge, trying to position himself, trying to take the attention of Formula away from maybe a player making a move onto that overshield. Looks like Trippy managed to pick it up. He had the grapple, so the call was from OpTic. Trippy's gonna grapple this one. He makes it work, but he's getting shredded at the moment. APG trying to flood in with Bound. Trippy trying to stay alive. C9, 3 overshields in a row they can't get. And that's why the deficit seems to be getting wider and wider. OpTic controlling the fundamentals of Halo here, and it's resulting in a 24-16 lead.
Absolutely beautiful play from Trippy there. He tanks all of that damage with the overshield, and he's happy to do so because it created all these openings, just baiting out the positions and the damage from Cloud9 that will take them for dead again. Now 24-17 in this game. As a reminder, OpTic Gaming wins this, they win the championship.
Bound gets caught out there, a bit of a free kill in that situation. Just couldn't quite hit the slide he wanted to get back round that wall. Stellar and Lucid trade out a couple of kills. Bound answers back on the right side of that scoreboard now with a kill himself. There's the grapple. Formal's flying, but he can't get in position to finish off that kill. Bound as well, he gets snapped on a killing spree in a game where OpTic need Formal most.
How about Formal? 8-2 in a game that they're winning by 8. Unbelievable stats from him. We talk about him as one of the most consistent FPS players of all time. He's doing it yet again here in Orlando. 29-21, 6 minutes on the clock.
8 kills the difference. Overshield coming up as well in around 10 seconds time. So there you're going to see the attention from both teams again. Locking down on that power-up. It's been all OpTic so far on those power-up grabs. The difference here is not only the power-up is up, but the skewer too. Formal dips his head down in-game and out of it to try and get away. Strong side in around that corner. But finally C9 get a power-up. Can they make it work? No.
Lots of time on the clock. That's 1 kill. Can they continue to connect the dots? Oh my goodness gracious, that overshield is shredded. And Eco with no more to play in terms of the advantage, but now 6-kill game.
But not before the damage was done, right? A little bit like Trippy a little bit earlier. Eco walks in, gets damage down, takes attention away from the other players on C9, meaning they can push in and convert them into kills. This game is not over yet. It's 6 between C9 and OpTic, and again, C9 fighting their way back into this game.
C9, a team of veterans, they know what they need to do here. 5 minutes left on the clock, lots of time to still construct a comeback here. And they will make this very, very difficult for OpTic Gaming on the cusp of a tournament win.
Stalemate on the map. Penguin with the skewer in his hands. We saw some of the shots he was hitting with this in the previous series against FaZe. Bound's going to open things up here with a kill onto Trippy. It's now a 5-kill game. 1 pick here from Penguin. And C9 put the pressure back onto OpTic. It looks like all of OpTic are rotating away, though. You can see the Penguins just slowly having to step forward, check every single corner, because the last thing you want to be doing is giving away a free kill to a back smack, giving away that skewer, and giving OpTic the tools back in their hands.
And what a time here, a little bit of deja vu for Cloud9. We've seen them before in a situation like this on this map. They've brought the game within 5. Let's go to an Astro listen-in with Cloud9.
Top and bottom.
Okay.
We gotta be fast though. We should
What do you want to do here? We're gonna play to grapple this.
How are we gonna grapple this?
Yeah.
We need to push skewer. We need to push skewer. Right there, opposite side. Yeah, we should go.
You guys low sword. They're on spikes. Obi, on spikes Obi now.
Yeah, watch out, spikes. Two there,
Where you got spikes? In your hip.
On both sides spikes.
Watch
Go for it now, I think. Yeah, just grapple to spikes. Your Trippy's there, weak. Ovi's
On me, guys. Full shield's lucid.
Over your top door, on your top door.
I don't know. Yeah, Ovi's in. Another one shot. That's one two.
I'll open above you guys.
Nice. I'm coming.
Yeah, let's speed.
They might run. Watch out. 2 shots.
I'm coming.
Nice lift. Only not one more. No.
I was scared. He's below me, below me. Yeah, two. Okay, Skewer's down there. Go there, look,
Yeah, I got it. Get the skewer. Go there. Go.
They might have it.
Bottom sword, dude.
Hit it.
Spawn there.
Get it. Someone get that. Someone get that.
Hiding bottom sword.
I got it.
Formal could be on our side somewhere. I think Formal's our side sword. I don't know.
One could be hiding.
Let's just keep walking forward. Sword. Let's just keep walking forwards.
They're in the skewer hall.
I'm about to walk at this, guys.
Yeah,
I have a repulse.
I'm here.
Top skewer.
We should aim out, see if they go for skewer. They might go for it. Yeah, watch on the skewer, literally on it. He's got it.
Look in the flag.
Yeah, there's like
There's
two outside.
there's two on the skewer, yeah.
Coming. On me. Trippy. Trippy's weak.
They're trying to
Two there.
He's not going.
Top of skewer. On top of skewer.
They're rotating. Just there.
Yeah, skewer. They're in the other flag. Yo, someone hit sword with me.
Yeah, in the flag.
I'm coming. They're rotating the other sword. We're about. Yeah.
I'm just in the skewer.
Back into the game. Astro listening certainly told us that full focus here from Cloud9, as you would expect. In a situation like this, but OpTic have managed to eke out a 6 kill. Make it 7 kill advantage. It's 13 more to go to call yourself a champ.
I mean, great patience, great rotations from OpTic Gaming, and great kills as well from Formal to just keep inching the lead further and further. That leads to an overshield grab for Trippy as well. Now they're up by 10.
10 to go. Count them down, OpTic fans. As Trippy has that overshield. There's one of them. Eco down to no shields. Formal sending himself in as well. Stella, Eco down first. 8 to go. 7 to go now for OpTic Gaming.
This is what they were waiting for. The perfect timing on the push. It was just a 4-kill game. Now it's a 14-kill game.
It's the Trippy takeover at the moment. He's got this commando, and the man isn't missing. 12 and 10 on his way. Maybe, just maybe, to a first ever LAN championship. Eco gets taken down by Stella. It's 3 to go now.
Oh my God, look at this. Lucian picks up another one as well. Formal's 14 and 4 as they cross the 48 kill mark.
Send in Formal. 49. Formal might be the man to do it for OpTic. Formal and Trippy. And the wait is over. Your champions of the Halo Championship Series Orlando Major are OpTic Gaming.
How long have they waited for this moment? You get to see an embrace there from Trippy and Lucid, and it's been 10 long months waiting for the LAN win, and they have achieved it here. We wondered if Slow and Steady would win the race for OpTic Gaming, and they've done it here in Orlando, only 3 weeks away from the Halo World Championship.
A first event win, not only for this squad, but for Trippy and Lucid, a moment they won't forget. OpTic Gaming, you are the champions.
Months and months and months of work from this squad, working on every little detail to perfect their gameplay, and they've done it here, and what a time to do it. Smiles across the stage as OpTic Gaming will win their first LAN event of Halo Infinite.
And in front of an incredible crowd as well. The confetti is raining down. And for APG and Formal, they've been there before, but for Trippy and Lucid, this is a new feeling for them. Having that trophy in their hands and calling themselves a champion. You can't take that away from anyone.
I mean, look at that moment. Trippy just taking the time to hold that trophy and read it there.
It's real.
It is real. And this team has fought through so much all season long. Team changes, doubts, tough Game 5 losses. But they are now your HCS Orlando major champions with a 4-1 grand final win.
What a performance. And like you say, sets them up so well for the big one. 3 weeks time, the Halo World Championships will arrive. But for now, it's time to hear from our winners here in Orlando. A huge congratulations from Bravo and myself to OpTic Gaming. Blaze, take it away.
Thank you so much, Onset and Brav. Orlando, once again, give it up to your champions, OpTic Gaming! Wow! Let's start down the line here. I'm gonna go to Coach. Coach, you had a fantastic day. We watched you play in a show match. We watched you come out here and get a victory for this team. What does it mean to get one for OpTic Gaming?
I mean, this was the goal all along. This is why I came back to coach. So it was a matter of time before Tommy and Joey got there first, and it's about damn time.
Yeah! Let's talk to Tommy and Joey. Lucid, you are a champion, and you do it with OpTic Gaming. You have played fantastic this whole season. How are you feeling?
I feel absolutely great right now, man. It's just the culmination of all the hard work we've been putting in, and coming down to this and the absolute discipline we were showing at every single moment. It was a whole nother level that we're all gonna make sure that this is the consistency from here on out.
Ooh, we talked about consistency throughout our interviews, and it definitely showed. Let's move on to Trippy. Embody it. How does it feel? A trophy in your hand, and you are a Halo champion.
It feels amazing. I mean, it's been a long time coming. Tommy and I have been second, third. We've been pretty much through it for this whole time. For the last, what, 5 years? So to finally hold a trophy, it feels amazing. It's the best feeling in the world.
Woo! Pass the mic over. Formal. When it comes to your career, we know you're one of the nastiest FPS gamers out there. In Orlando, you brought a championship to this organization for a different game. But how does it feel to be a Halo champion again under the OpTic banner?
Come on, man.
Yeah!
Let's go.
You did that.
It feels great. Feels great. I love Orlando. I love Orlando for real. I love playing here. The crowd's always amazing. And I'm just so happy for these two right here, man, for real. It was only a matter of time.
Now, as you pass the mic over to the King Orlando, one of the kings of Halo, APG, you are champion again. Talk to the fans.
Bro, I don't even have any words. I mean, don't be mean. We have about like 24, 48 hours to be happy about it and be celebrating, but then we got Worlds to focus on, so this is just the first step. But we did what we were supposed to do. We came here, we did what we practiced, and I couldn't even be happier. I couldn't be more thankful for my team. I love my team. Thank you to the Green Wall, everybody out here. Thank you guys so much for the support. Our family and friends, our girlfriends, my girlfriend, everybody, thank you guys so much. But just remember, we still got one last step. So.
Yeah, one last step. Pass the mic back over lastly to Matt. And Matt, any last words you want to give to this crowd and the fans out there?
Green Wall, come on, man. You guys are amazing. Amazing, as always. And we're looking forward to Worlds. We're going to try to bring that one home for you guys. Thank you guys so much. For real. Thank you.
One more time.